to my channel. So in today's video, I quickly want to show you how you can apply critical thinking skills as a data analyst. According to Wikipedia, critical thinking is the analysis of available facts, observations, and arguments in order to form a judgment through the application of rational, skeptical, and unbiased analysis and evaluation. In other words, critical thinking is a type of thinking in which you, as a data analyst, you question, you analyze, and interpret the data sets that you are seeing. So, I'll quickly show you how to apply critical thinking as a data analyst when working with a data set. So let's say you are given this data by your line manager. This is an employee sample data. This is employee sample data, and as you can see, it has up to 2,000 records. Okay, you can see it over here, 2,000. Yes, just 2,000 records of the employee data, and the line manager calls you on phone or emails you and say, "Hi, Samuel, I'll be sending you a data set now on our employees. Please do well to go to the data set and provide us insights." Now, as a data analyst working in the company, you might be asking, what does he want me to do exactly with the data? So that is where critical thinking comes in. You see that? Okay, so the first thing you do in developing your critical thinking skills as a data analyst is, whenever you are asked to provide insight from a data set and you are not given particularly the task to do, you are not given the problem statements for you to solve, okay, your critical thinking skills come into play, and then your analytical skills come into play in developing the method in answering the problem statement. So critical thinking skills, we look at the data sets. Okay, so there are 2,000 records of employee data set here. So you have the first name, you have the last name. Okay, that is important. These columns are important. You see the company name. Okay, so these are different companies where these persons are working. And then you see, okay, the address is there, the address of the employees. Then you see the city where the employee stays. You see county, postal codes, phone numbers, emails, and email address of the company. So as you are looking at this column, you'll be thinking critically. As you look at each column, each feature in this data, you think critically, what can this data set achieve? What problem can it solve? That is how you think critically. What problem can it solve? Now, if you look at this data, for instance, you can discover that in as much as there is no numerical column, okay, a column that has numbers so that you can perform arithmetic operations, yet you can still, this data can still achieve something. Now when you look at this now, so for me, after going to this data, I discovered that, okay, so possibly the person who actually did this data, let's assume it's from a local government area office. Okay, maybe they compile the names of a company in the local government, and then the names of employees working there. Probably they want to use it to solve the salaries of these particular employees. Okay, that is the first problem it can be able to solve. And then secondly, probably they want to also provide transport. Okay, transport, they want to solve transport problem for these employees. Possibly the addresses, okay, of these employees will may be far from the addresses of the company. Okay, so these are just the two problems that I was able to identify that it can solve. So there are no salary, or there are no wages, or maybe there are no kind of numbers that we can be able to perform arithmetic operations. So then another problem I notice here is, if let's say the network, okay, or let's say the internet connectivity of accessing the employees are quite difficult. The, those who have this data set might want to look at, okay, for instance, this person uses at hotmail.com, and then this other person uses at gmail.com, at hotmail.com, like that. So you can discover that, like, this one is at rampy.co. So you can discover that sometimes emailing these employees, there can be how do I call it, a shortage in network. Yes, so in connectivity. So you try to send this employee an email, and you discover that, oh, it went faster with hotmail than with gmail, or it went faster with gmail than with rampy, okay, or it went faster with rampy than with yahoo. So these how do I call it, these problems, okay, can be solved using the data. So that if you want to send email to these 2000 staff, you want to know how many employees will be able to get it faster, and how many will be able to get it slower, depending on the email service company they are using. So these are the problems. These are the three simple problems that this can be able to solve. Now, analytical thinking now looks at, okay, I've been able to identify these problems. How can I solve it? What are the methods I can use to solve it? So take, for instance, this is first name, last name. Now, of course, in solving the problem, first of all, you want to join the two names together. That is how analytical thinking comes in. You analyze the data, you look at, okay, what are the methods? So you have to join these two columns together, because someone can be bearing Evans here, and by the time having a different surname, and when you scroll down, you will discover that another person is also bearing Evans. So you and with a different surname too. So you will not want to associate this Evans with that Evans. So you join them together. And then the company name, yes, may be very important. Okay, and then the address is very, very important. Now you discover that they are unique things with this address. Yeah, ST means street. This place, this address here has a place. This is road. RD means road. This is street. This is street. So you can discover that in this address there are many streets, there are many roads, there are many there are also parks, okay, like these grove parks. So this is how you analyze, this is how you apply your analytical thinking. Okay, there is a place. So what you want to do is, you want to ask yourself, these employees now, many of them, they are attached with streets. What is so unique about streets that is different from road? What is so unique about road that is different from square? What is so unique about square that is different from park? You get it? So in order to solve that, that means you have to, analytical thinking will say, okay, let me separate everything that has to do with the last words that are attached. Each last word, let me separate them into a column. So you can now analyze the streets and visualize it to know how many employees are living in a street, how many are living in place, how many are living on the that is attached with a road. Yes, their street their places, their addresses are attached with road, kind of. So then the city, of course, the city is also a great feature. So you look at this, also is a word. this is a word, this is a word, this is a word. Okay, so this is a community. Can you see that? So you want to really work on this data and know, okay, how many employees are coming from words, how many are coming from communities. You see that, so that you can be able to derive an insight. Remember, you have been asked to derive an insight. So when you are deriving an insight, you have to look at it, analytically. Yes, you have done your work by looking at it critically. Now you are looking at it analytically. The methods you use to answer the problem statement. So counting can also be very important. But postal code, there's no need. You can do away with this. Phone number, there's no need. You can do away with this. If the service provider of the phone number has been attached to this particular data, it would have made more sense. And then the email, you can save out the last words like hotmail.com, like gmail.com, hotmail.com, ramp.co.uk. You can save those out. So then the website, you can delete this particular feature. It is not really important. So this is how you can be able to apply the critical thinking skills and analytical thinking skills to your job as a data analyst in a company. So I hope you have been able to learn something new today. Thank you, and see you next time.